and thank you for hosting us. I want to first thank an honor to be here with our players, with Carson, with Akeem, with Cece, affectionately known as Francis Mainoa, and Wesley Basaint, which is here as well. These guys exemplify what the University of Miami student athlete and competitor is all about. We're really excited, and I would say the most exciting part about our team is they have the dominant trait of being a group of guys that love to work, and you can't throw enough at them. And they still manage to get all that work done while being great students, achieving the highest GPA they've achieved successively for 7 straight semesters, as well as leading the country community service hours. So we're growing both as people and as players. But we've signed and developed an incredible group of players in different forms and fashion, from the high school level to the portal method, and have brought in some really high-level coaches and human beings that we are really excited about, that have certainly helped us continue the upward trajectory of our program. And that being said, there's just a ton of energy and momentum surrounding our program right now, and our excitement is geared towards the fact that we get to start football fall camp, training camp, and get in there and really just be focused on our team, to establish our identity, to improve our technique and fundamentals, get in the best shape that we possibly can, to master our systems inside and out, name it, to get better at everything we do. So that being said, appreciate being here and open to questions.
Coach, thank you. We feel like our first 3 questions may come to your left. Your first one will be in the first row directly in front of you.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Coach, Canes Connection, the NIL Collective. I know you spoke about that pretty openly, the collectives in the beginning of NIL, and just what you can say about where Canes Connection is in the grand scheme of the House settlement and how you work that all together and Miami's NIL situation moving forward.
Well, we've always been very well established. We've always been compliant, and we've been aggressive in the right kind of way and used it in a form and a fashion that benefits our program and our players. In terms of where they are and all the details surrounding that, that's maybe a question for some other time, but you couldn't find a more professionally run organization than our collective.
Coach, again, your next question to your left, third row, young lady in the red dress.
Coach, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. You hired 4 new defensive assistant coaches in this offseason, and you only have 1 returning. What went into that hiring process, and what are you expecting from them this season?
Sure. Well, into the hiring process, we certainly, after week 4 last year, we took a downturn. We slipped defensively, and I don't want to blame anybody. I always look at myself and say, what could I have done better? We had some injuries that led to some schematic changes that weren't the best for our football program. So a change had to be made, and we found a guy in Corey Heatherman who, it's not the fact that he was a highly coveted guy. It's the fact that he is an elite teacher and human being, and a guy that really does really well what we need our defense to do and to be. His use of personnel, his ability to adapt, his track record, and his productivity, particularly last year at Minnesota, was enough evidence for us to feel comfortable in bringing him in, and he hasn't disappointed. He brings an elite level of commitment, of work ethic, of teaching capabilities, and he's complemented by a former Cane, Damian Lewis, working with the defensive line, who is aggressive and has a commanding presence and an excellent football coach, as well as Zach Etheridge and Will Harris on the back end. And I want to mention Terry Jefferson also, who's a local guy that's really worked hard, worked at Jacksonville State. He's also joined the secondary group also. But all in all, we felt we needed to make some changes in that department, and we made them. And we feel that not only are they the right coaches, they're the right people, and they're going to grant us better success.
Coach, same row. We're just going to slide down a few slots. Folks in the room, please, reminder to identify yourselves and the agency that you're with, please.
Hey, Coach. Is it on? Tyler Budge, CF Budge. I wanted to start with the same question I asked you last year. Did you get your Cuban coffee this morning? And if no, did Greg...
that's been a battle here. And I think, it'd be good if I could get some help from the locals. Si alguien habla español, por favor, ayúdenme. And it would be greatly appreciated, and I promise to return the favor at a fine dining establishment in Miami when you guys are down there.
In case I didn't say it, Tyler Budge, CF Budge. You've had some teams in Miami over the last couple of seasons that started the year really strong with some signature victories. And towards the end of the season, we've seen things sort of fizzle out toward the end of the year. Is that something that you guys have really focused on and talked about? And what do you think are some of the keys to starting strong and finishing strong as well?
No doubt. It's how you finish, right? It's how you finish. We've made a lot of progress over the last 3 years. I mean, year one, our roster was not really built to take on Power 4 football, and those were some lopsided games. You know, it was tough. And then in year two, every game was competitive, and we won a couple more. And then last year, we had a chance to win every single game, but we didn't. The bottom line is we didn't get it done. And it's more than, I know we pointed out the defense a little bit earlier, but you know what also fell apart at the end? Ball security, right? If you turn the ball over, you subject yourself to some not so positive outcomes. So without a doubt, finishing is a mentality. Finishing is a work ethic that comes with the offseason. And we've always, invested a ton of effort in those areas, and we've invested even more this offseason. And it'll be a big part of training camp as well.
Coach, your next question will come to the right side. Gentleman, third row, right at the edge.
Coach, Jesse Koger, plantspear.com. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. You guys have had a good bit of turnover at the skill positions on offense coming into the season, but you have some talent there, and you also brought in some guys from the portal. What have you seen from that group coming into this season?
Well, I've seen a lot of talent, and I've seen guys that also have a work ethic that is a little bit different in a positive way. We've always had hard workers on our football team. These guys seem to take the extra work to a different level. I think Coach Beard has done a very good job, so has Coach Varner. But I think that some of the seniors, some of the older guys like C.J. Daniels have taken a leadership role in bringing guys in before and after the mandatory sessions and getting some extra work.